Levack guys live from Mohawk Honda. They said it could never be done again. Well, no, they didn't. They actually said, "Where have you been?" And we are here, not on terrestrial radio, just on the interwebs. And of course, DJ Nerdy Nate joining us because he loves sports. And
I love sports so much. Go sports!
Sport ball. This is it's fun. It's good to be back here. Very excited. I'm a little jet lagged. I'm not gonna lie, but I do also want to point out that Gaz still has. He's the most directionally challenged human alive.
Should we do that now, or should we do it later? We can definitely share this later. This is the first time.
I mean, I'm on the Now program, so.
Yeah. You and I have not been out live since June 9th, but we are here at Mohawk Honda. We will tell the stories. If you notice on our audio side, our visual side, we have a little ticker going thanks to our friends at Herbie's Burgers, now opening up on Lark Street later on this month. We got to see
they bought our love with a burger.
Yeah.
It didn't really take much. We're pretty cheap right now.
256 Lark Street?
258. It's the old Bombers. It's not open. They'll be open this weekend. So here's what happened.
Yes, explain the details.
Our good friend Boston Dan, he used to manage the Orange Roofs, and now he's one of the big dogs over at Herbie's Burgers. So Gaz, in his infinite cheapskate wisdom, said, "Hey, I'm driving to the town. Will you buy us burgers?"
Wait a sec. That's not.
It's pretty close to what
I said. Can we meet up for lunch?
Right. Did you touch your wallet?
Dan offered the product, okay? Thanks to the great people at Herbie's Burgers.
Your mic's so much different than everybody else's. What are you doing wrong? What is it that you're doing?
You messed it up.
You're doing something. I don't know what it is.
They make a GPS.
So we stopped at Herbie's Burgers. That's right.
And then, but it's worse than that. So there's a Herbie's on Lark Street.
Yep.
And then they bought the old Bombers. So they're going to it's going to be a Herbie's with a bar. There's going to be an arcade in it. It's really cool.
Wow.
So Dan goes.
That's legit.
Dan goes, come to 258 Lark Street in there. And I even go, what's the situation with the parking? Like, what do we, like, is there a place you recommend? He goes, pretty much street parking, whatever. So this whole entire conversation happens. I get there, hanging out with Dan. He's like, I'll give you a tour when Gaz gets here. I'm like, okay, cool. 15 minutes late, 20 minutes late. And he's texting, I'm here. I'm like, he calls me. I go, is there construction where you are? No. I'm like, are you at 258 Lark? Yeah. No, you're not, because there's construction here. They're putting in the new air conditioning unit. It's like, you're not where you're. Oh, I just put in Herbie's Albany, or Herbie's Lark Street. Well, that's not what you were told to do. And it gets better, because when we're leaving to come here, he begins to ask me where he parked. He goes, what's the park near here? I go, well, there's two main ones. There's Washington, and then and he goes, no, I don't think I parked in Washington Park. I go, well, you would know. There's also Lincoln Park. He goes, that sounds right. So 10 minutes into my drive to come here, Gaz texts, what the hell? There's a pterodactyl. Gaz texts, I found it.
Pet friendly here.
I think if there was ever like if we ever did Amazing Race Albany, like the team that gets punished has to use Gaz as an Uber driver.
That's awesome. And like, you know how like in Racing Race, you're like it's dark out now. No, leave him out there. Don't just keep filming. Let him keep going.
The amount of times that you have gotten lost, like
you don't have your phone to set up to like when you stop. It's like, hey, you parked here.
Here's the problem with the Herbie's Burgers scenario. Did Dan text us an address?
Yes.
Yes, he did. Did I ignore his text?
Yes, you did.
I did. I thought I was good enough saying Herbie's Burgers on Lark Street. It's very rare. I think. Although my argument falls apart after he texted me the address, it is very rare the same business is on the same street. To my defense, the fact there's two Herbies on Duncan. Yeah,
it's also very rare that somebody says, "Come to the new spot," because they're going to close the other one once this one is open. And you hand gestured, and now it's on Gaz now. Like, what the heck is?
That wasn't great.
I hate everyone. I just it's tracking.
Zoomed in. I like it. I kind of like it.
It's all on Gaz.
There we go.
Yeah. But we finally made it to Mohawk. So we
made it.
And
you're here.
Nate cleaned everybody's computers, and we're ready.
Thank you, Nate. Thank you.
Because Gaz's was. I thought your screen was in Braille. That's how much gunk was on the screen of Gaz's computer.
I only usually use this for writing, believe it or not. But
what do you write in pudding?
Like the good people at Roundtable Sports are watching my little fingies fire off. But yes, we're here. We're here. We cannot wait. Mohawk Honda, where they always go out of their way to please you. I'm getting a tire rotation and oil change today, thanks to the good people in the service center over there. And Wonderful stuff. Greg Johnson's birthday today. Happy birthday to Greg. I know he's busy right now. We're going to say hello to him at some point. But we're here. The partnership continues. We've got a lot more partnerships to announce. I was annoying you about 2 minutes before the show. We have another partnership hopefully to announce. We just mentioned Herbie's Burgers. A lot of cool things on the way coming up
Yeah, he has
over the
his
next few
audio
weeks.
on.
Can you turn your speakers off?
My speakers. We think that's what it is. Okay.
No, we
No,
know
no.
that's what it is.
Really?
He just wants to hear himself. Oh, yeah, look, there it is. Silence.
It sounds a little different.
you,
Okay.
you would think. He
I
would,
just want to tell everybody that I got divorced once, and I've never love-hated somebody more than Gaz. Like,
I had my mic off. I thought that was going to work. I'm still a little echoey, but that's okay. Let's
I
talk.
was wondering why you sounded weird the whole time. It's because you were getting your
I
speakers.
was trying to. He
I
just
saw you
looked at me
reaching
and
around it,
smiled,
yeah.
and I was like, press the button. Turn it.
Let's talk about the Arena Cup, the Arena
The
Crown,
Crown.
the
Yeah,
Arena
yes, please,
Bowl, the
please.
Arena Crown.
Yeah,
Sad
the
day.
Arena Crown.
Sad
It's
day,
the-
sad day.
You just said 3 different championships.
The
Arena
crown,
Yeah,
the crown.
Arena Crown.
Let's. I want to go to Matt Bobb's tweet here because Matt Bob tweeted you before the show. He said he wanted the dirty secrets. Is that the term he used? The dirty scoop to drop on Gaz. But I think he forgot the word on and said just drop Gaz. Was how he
That's also good.
right. That's how he phrased it. Before we
Body
break,
slam, guys.
before we actually break down the game, take us kind of leading up to that. I think when we last spoke was Friday evening, Friday morning. Anything you want to say before kickoff on Saturday? I think you might have played a factor in the game that was interesting, compelling.
I mean, the whole thing, Clarksville. So they used to play at Bridgestone right downtown in Nashville, but because of arena availability, they found out that the Clarksville building where Austin P plays is. It's just the perfect place for arena football. It's a 41 to 4,200 seat arena. The fans are right on top of you. The video equipment's all new, and the fans are nuts. They are absolutely insane. So I got there Wednesday, started dealing with tech stuff, and getting media day together with the crew from the league. The Firebirds all got there Thursday, and it's just practice facility, everything. It was a great game because it was a great place to play it. It really, really was. I did get a weird back and forth with Jeff Jarrett in the owners' meetings.
Uh-oh, Double J.
Yeah, he's like, a little disappointed in how many empty seats there were in Albany. I feel like you guys didn't do a great job selling tickets. I'm like, we sold just as many as you, but we're a 14,000 seat arena. So like that. Yeah, actually, he and I we had some great back and forths. He's got a great vision for like trying to get teams to understand how to get your message out better, and his wife is beautiful, and she likes me, so he has to be nice to me now.
That's
so,
Karen Jarrett, right?
Yeah. She's we sat next to each other at the award banquet when I wasn't emceeing. She told me what a great job I did and how nice I was.
Nice, man.
And then I looked at him, and he's just like, he's a beep 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 beep. He
Shout out
cussed,
to Cam McKenna.
he cussed me out in all kinds of different ways, like laughing. So she likes me now, so he has no choice. He has to be nice to me from here on out.
Nate, you had that championship experience. This is the championship game. You were there for the MAC title game in Atlantic City a few months ago,
Yeah,
so
I
you know
was.
what this feels like, man.
I mean, well, I was at the MAC tournament, but I watched the game from afar. I wasn't in Nashville, and I was very upset. I was texting Jared, who many
Peanut.
may or may know, Peanut, a.k.a. Peanut, and I said, I'm going to throw up.
He was everywhere. That little guy was everywhere. Listen, it's one of those games where it's like the phrase that was used a lot this weekend was high tides raise all ships.
That's right.
And that game was a high tide game. I got to watch it with all the new owners. So the guys from the Trap family from Austin, Alberto and the Oceanside crew, Miguel, your boy from Washington, so a bunch of the owners were together.
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
There
Mr.
it is,
Johnson.
Greg Johnson.
Happy birthday. I moved my hand again. You're not supposed to be tracking anymore. Why are you tracking? So they were going nuts, man. They were so excited about the game, the way it was being played, the back and forth of all the huge comeback early. That they were sending videos. Like I went up to Cody Trapp, the majority owner for the Austin Bulls, and I'm like, I'm so sorry I got you into a boring league. He's like, brother, this is awesome. He goes, if we can't sell AF1 football in Austin after this game. If I can't take this game down to my fans and sell it to everybody in the community, then I don't belong. I was like, so
That's a good spirit. That's great to hear.
Yeah, it was so funny too because there was so much trash talk because everybody's alphas. You know what I mean? Everybody's so much trash talk from Wednesday to the game that like people were coming up to me going, I was rooting against you because you're a quick-witted dickhead. But like I'm rooting for your boys now, and then they come back and Sean Liotta and I had a stake bet on the game. He thought we were going to get stomped. I was like, we're not going to get stomped, so we have to go Dutch now.
All right, okay.
Because it was such a good game, but it was an amazing game. That last minute of the game is everything that's right about arena football.
Mm-hmm. This is not a criticism of the MAC, but just because Nate is here, like the thing I thought Nashville did incredibly well in the Arena Crown was the in-between action. That moment that went viral involving Jeff Jarrett, I don't know if you saw this, Nate, but he's like legit having a wrestling match during one of the breaks and like gets a table out. I think the MAC and other teams got to see that.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
So I want to give Nashville credit for that also, and we'll talk a lot about this game, but at least the first part of the game, I think one of the big advantages to the start of the Arena Crown was the start for Nashville. I mean, they got out hot.
Yep.
They had a big lead early, and we know what leads are in the AF1 and everything else, but the momentum of that game, you were in the arena. Did it feel like they were going to run away with that with the home crowd in front of them with a big lead and the energy in that building that Albany at some point might be like, oh, boy, this is getting deeper than we thought in a title game?
Oh, early, again, that building reacted to everything.
Yeah.
Like they reacted.
I mean, it was full.
Oh, it was full.
The way that I saw it, I was watching from YouTube, so, take it for what it's worth. But the way that I was like, wow, this is – I'm super happy that there's so many people in the arena watching the game.
And they were in it. Like they knew like when to cheer, they knew when to shut up. Like they didn't have to do like a quiet offense working thing, any of that. They were in it. The bit you're talking about with Jeff Jarrett. So they come to me before the game. They're like, "Hey, can we have a jersey?" I'm like, "No, I'm not giving you a jersey. Like whatever." But like, so they get this guy who is going to do it. If you watch, there's a Nashville Cats fan in the front row, big dude wearing all white, big dude. He didn't think it was fake. You watch. There's a point where he shoves the guy before Jeff Jarrett can get a hold of him. And I'm just like, that's when you know it's good. And Lorianne from Dr. Dreer's office, the integrative dental sleep device, she texts me. She goes, "What's wrong with the people down there? They're fighting." And I'm like, yeah, this is why it's fun down here. It was that crowd really knew the game. They really, really knew the game. It was cool. Like, kudos to them. Like, I still think very easily could have went our way. It sucks that Albany didn't win, but for the league and just seeing that group. And by the way, the mayor of Clarksville, he got reelected on Wednesday night. And he was at all of our functions.
Wow, that's awesome.
He was he came in and said hi to everybody at the owners' meetings. He came to the awards banquet and helped unveil the trophy. They brought bikes out on the beginning of the game. He was on the first bike. He was driving. He was driving the first motorcycle.
That's amazing.
So I'm like, Albany, ball's in your court. Let's go, Mayor. Come on now. This guy's leading the charge, literally.
But can we talk about that last minute because
we're getting there, Dave. Hang on, I'll set it up. Hang on.
Something else.
I will set that up. Here we go. So like, Albany comes back. Castrova has some great throws. The offense is clicking. The
Dwayne Brown has
plays are
some
made.
amazing catches.
The segue is there because Levack's talking about all the ball knowers in Clarksville and Nashville and Tennessee, and they know what's going on. So that last minute in particular, right? And that's been the whole talk on social media, really beyond AF1 fans. It's like because of the finish is so great, so many people are confused. For those who did not see the end of the game, Nashville scores with under a minute to go.
Yeah, we were tied with 1 minute and 3 seconds left.
6-point lead Nashville gets because they missed the extra point.
Which, by the way, Kyle Kaplan having his second worst game of the year was not bad for us.
No, it wasn't. It was not bad. No. The ensuing kickoff is an onside kick. Now, before we talk about that, I will just paint the picture at the Kozlowski house. I had the yelling at the TV moment where I'm watching the broadcast, and Nate hasn't heard this as much. I know Levack has, and probably you listening and watching right now. I'm very sensitive when it comes to criticizing fellow broadcasters, because I feel like they could do the same to me. That we're doing the same job. I feel a little bit of like
courtesy.
Yeah, like you just don't do that. You're all on the same team. You usually don't. You're friendly fire. Didn't love the broadcaster for Nashville.
I couldn't hear him, so.
If you go back and listen, he is going berserk. What is our bet doing? This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I can't believe this. He's throwing the game. People should be up. It was not a good look. Now, for those who watched your go ahead, Levack.
I'll sum it up. The two best coaches in all of arena football, in all of indoor football, went toe-to-toe in the last minute in a chess match. And inches dictated how it went.
Yes, and just because I know we have a new audience today, I know we have new people. Albany people have heard the story 1,000 times. Levack, I have to.
We're live at Mohawk Honda.
Thank you. They always go out of their way to please you. Glenville, New York. Love our ride. Love my pilot. My wife loves her Odyssey. I do want you, if you don't mind, to share the Rob Keefe story because this is a perfect time for people who have never heard the story. So let's share it for people who don't know what we're talking about and why that was an onside kick.
I actually told that story right before this started happening because Miguel from Washington and Alberto from Oceanside begin to lecture me on why everyone's wrong in what they're doing and how they would do it. And I went, let me tell you guys a story. Back in 2018, we had Rob Keefe here with the Albany Empire. And Rob Keefe consistently went for onside kicks. And everyone flipped out about it. So we brought him on the show because we had him on usually once a week.
Once a week, yep.
And I warned him before, hey, I'm gonna play the role of the fan. I'm going to say, hey, why so many onside kicks? I'm going to sound a little salty about it. It's perfect, no problem. So I go, hey, Keith, what's up with all these onside kicks? And he just lights me on fire. He just like, this is what I can't stand. You guys don't know what you're talking about. This is, in the game of arena football, it's all about possessions. You steal a possession where you can, and if you steal one or two, you win the game. You got to control the possessions. You will win a game based on possessions more than, and he like went off on me for like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And he was on the phone, and I'm looking at guys like, I warned him I was going to. Why is he so angry?
We warned you.
Where is this coming from? So I tell those guys this entire story, and they're like, yeah, but this. They keep correcting me. I go, you have 6 wins between you. You have 5. You have 1. Shh. The 2 guys down there they won 6 games by week 6.
So exactly right. Like when Coach Arbet goes for the onside kick, I am not shocked by that because exactly what you laid out, what Coach Keefe has said, what people know about arena football is who has the ball last. They control their destiny with the ball last. Albany recovers, and for those who watched the end, it was a little clunky, right? Because like Albany can score quick. As you said, Levack.
They tried to actually, if you watch.
On third down, they let him score.
Well,
if you
they
definitely let him.
On second down, so DJ Walden, who played defensive end for us last year, he was one of our linebackers. He's in Nashville now. Sam Casanova gets loose, and he's got a clear line to tackle him right in the middle of the field, probably take him down like the 2 or the 3. He puts his arms up in the air and backs up.
Yes.
Sam had to dive to the ground. So that had he play, because if Sam got in, then we kicked the extra point. We have a 1-point lead. They would have had 2 timeouts left, and they would have had probably about 35 seconds, which is plenty when you got the MVP and Tyler Kulka throwing the ball and Darren Arbet game planning it. So we took it down, made them use their time. I feel like weird saying we because I was AF1 all week.
Back to we, baby.
Yeah.
I'm here in Albany.
And we get it down. It's the final play. It's 4th and 1 with 3 seconds left on the clock. And a play that we've done before, it's Sam dive over the pile. And there's debate over whether or not he crossed the goal line. I'm going to say he didn't.
I didn't.
I'm going to say he didn't, but I am going to tell you that their defensive end was way offsides.
Thank you. My dad called me and told me that too.
But just when just in case Sam didn't. What's up, man?
Yeah, P. Man Morales in the house.
Just in case Sam, he wasn't sure if he got it over or not. He then caught himself, got back on his feet, and was able to deliver a catchable ball to Dwayne Brown. And DB3 apologized to me after the game. So I was like, bro, thank you for balling out. And he's like, I should have caught that. I'm like, calm down. Like, dude, we wouldn't have been in the position to make the comeback if you didn't make the catches you made all game. But yeah, it was a friggin' chess match. And, Darren Arbet, the Hall of Famer, the reigning coach of the year, had one slightly better move than Damon Ware, the former coach of the year. It was a great game, and everything that decided that game, catches against the wall, using the boards, the nets, starting the game with a deuce for Bailey Hill, that you can only get at AF1.
That's it. And you know what? I will say this, and I've said this to you more often now in the world of being a youth coach. And I say this because what I tell people is that whatever game you play, football, baseball, basketball, hockey, chess, you as the strategist, you as the coach, you as the person making those decisions, what your ultimate goal should be when you wash talent away from it, when you wash all this stuff is, I need to put my team in the best position to win the game. And people can criticize Coach Arbett's decision-making. People can criticize Coach Ware's decision-making. But there is no doubt, I loved how you said chess match, because that's really what it was the last minute. Both coaches were trying to put their team in the best position to win the game.
They both were going to have the last possession.
Absolutely right. And Coach Ware, at the end, says, you know what? We're in the best position to win this game. We've got a chance to put no time on the clock. Nashville will be eliminated for any opportunity to win the game. We can win the game. Nashville watched Coach Ware, squeeze the timeout, squeeze, not bite on what he's trying to set a trap for. They were put in the best position to win the game. And when the play needed to be made, Nashville made the play. Albany didn't. That was it. I have no criticism on the other side because that's the end all be all. There wasn't a bad coaching mistake either way. Both coaches put their teams in the best position to win the game. One made a play and the other in the final play and made an all-time great arena crown. That was it. It was a great game. It was a great game. They just needed one more yard.
We did fumble the ball, which did not help us.
Yeah,
true.
Towards the end.
It wasn't a perfect performance, and there's a million things you can always say to come up with excuses. But I think 2 years in a row, these two teams have faced off. 2 years in a row, we've had barn burner classics, and I have no reason to believe we won't see it again next year. Rubber match. Neutral.
And I'm
turf.
not even a sports guy, and I watch.
No,
AF1.
not you.
No, for those who don't know, I could not tell you anything about any other sport. Ask the guys here. But when it comes to arena football, I equate it to if you ever played PlayStation and played NFL Street, it's NFL Street come to life. and like the first game I ever watched, I always say now, even if there's 10 seconds left on the clock, you never know what's going to happen. Because the first game I watched, Albany was down 13 points.
That's right.
10 seconds left in the game.
Yep.
And they kicked the field goal. They missed the field goal. It hit the pylon, went back in,
Barbell.
and then they grabbed it for another touchdown. And I was like, what just happened? By the time I ate my popcorn and came back up in 3 seconds, they had scored a touchdown and kicked for another 2 points. I was like, what is going on right now? I don't even know what. And then you got people running on the pylons. That is absolutely wild. Next thing is stylized points. If we can get that in there, if they run off and throw it behind their back.
That's NFL Street style.
Yeah, NFL Street style. You get the stylized points. You already got it with the deuce, but, I'm just kind of throwing it there in the ether. If we could get that.
We'll take him to the commissioners. Yeah.
No.
To the board. It's been denied.
Jeff Jarrett, please.
No, Jeff Fisher's the commissioner.
Jeff Fisher, please.
Jeff Jarrett's
That's right.
He's a
Sorry.
Nashville owner.
That's right.
Jared
Jeff Fisher,
DeGroff.
please hear my plea. Hear my plea.
Let's talk about the Firebirds. What's next now? What does the next few weeks? What does content look like? Flock, you take us through kind of what Firebird fans and the Flock, real quick, shout out to the Flock. What an awesome support the Flock had down in Tennessee.
That was Father Flocker's. Oh, no, it was Jeff Nelson's flag.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was Ben Nelson's dad's flag that the guy. Why does it keep grabbing you? What are you doing?
I don't mind it. Hey,
I do. It's awful.
Rawr.
Why is it? Stop it. Be good. Yeah. So the Flock rolled out. They did their job. It was cool. It was a good time. They're definitely, and people were very upset with them. They were very loud during the game, which was perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is there a Flock U and a coaching show this week? Is that the final one of the season?
So the guys had their exit physicals and interviews today with trainer Tess and everybody. A lot of them are already headed to their homes, but Coach Ware, myself, and whoever's still here will be at Herbie's Burgers in Clifton Park on Wednesday at 6 o'clock for the season wrap up. Get Coach's view of how that last minute played out. How we got where we are. What's he going to do different next year? He's the second we walked off the field, he already had 16 things he was going to do for next year. So he's the professor. That's what he does.
I know this is what Kid talked a lot about on Wednesday, but just for this audience here, AF1 free agency will not start for a few more months. Everyone's on a one-year contract, so when we start talking about roster adjustments, re-signings, what the league will look like, announcement of teams coming and go. That stuff is way closer to the winter than it is the fall, right?
My understanding is a lot of what you want to know will be unveiled by early October.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the
Wow.
AFU is going to be last week of September, first week of October, and final details for scheduling and stuff like that are hopefully will be ironed out by AFU.
Whoa. That is awesome. That is fantastic.
Well, every year, you know what I mean? Like, people forget. Like, we see people go, oh, the schedule did this. Oh, this did that. We're in year 2. the AF1 didn't exist 3 years ago. So, like, every year and I will tell you that this year, it was funny. Like, I was talking to Jerry Kurz, Gary Compton, Christy McEwen, Jared DeGroff, but we were all talking it out. I was like, I think that I was more frustrated with minor things this year because all the bigger stuff was going the way it was supposed to. Like where, like, you know, last year and the year before, in 24 when it was a different league, everything went wrong. Like we were putting out fires every week. In 22, before the debacle that was Antonio Clown, I was lighting sage in the office. I burned sage in the then Albany Empire office because I'm just like, why are these things happening? What is going on? So like this year, it was like, you know, there was some places that didn't do the things that we wanted them to do, but the majority of everybody really did great with their squads, and it was just like, I'm getting frustrated by little things like, how come so-and-so didn't email me back yet? Dude, it's cool. We got a day. I don't want it now. You know? Yeah. So it's like I said, everything we talked about in the meetings this time, AFU will formalize almost every like outsetting detail. We should have all of our expansion by then. We should have at least a rough idea of the schedule.
Stay updated on social media. Check out the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Jared and company doing an awesome job. So more updates to come. What a packed historic weekend for Capital Region sports and Albany sports. I say all that knowing there was one other massive Capital Region Albany Saratoga-based event. Obviously, you were in Tennessee when this was going on, but
I saw zero furlongs.
Well,
I saw 0 furlongs.
I threw out for our visual audience. I have the word legacy thrown up here, which is a word that drove Levack crazy in 2025 when we talked about sovereignty and the legacy of that horse, a horse that won the Kentucky Derby and the Belmont, didn't run in the Preakness, then went on to win the Travers. Thank you to everybody who watches our shorts. I noticed that sovereignty pick by me got a lot more. Well, they got a lot more views after Sovereignty won. You're all waiting to pounce. All of a sudden, I look smart when Sovereignty won. Levack, 2 parts here. 1, can we talk legacy of horses? I know it annoys you, but what do you think of Sovereignty winning again? And 2, did you hear my bet that I placed that I'm kicking myself about?
This is the first time I heard that Sovereignty won.
Let me tell you what happened involving Sovereignty. Great John Lucas in the house. There he is. What's up, bro? Good seeing you, dude. Here's what I did with Sovereignty. I told you for days. I'm betting on that horse at 3-1. I told you they won 2 of the 3. There's the horse to bet on. What do? I do this all the time, and I just need to stop. Someone needs to hold me accountable.
Stop putting an L up.
Oh, here's what I do. Here, let me do a trifecta. Let me do a superfecta. Let me not do. Just flat bet the horse sometimes.
Guys,
Yeah.
I bet for the first time at the track.
Did you win?
No.
Oh.
I was like, what's a trifecta? What's a box?
Oh, yeah. I should have. I wish I didn't know those things this weekend. I walked away with $2.
I haven't made a single bet at Saratoga this summer.
I told you to bet Sovereignty. You would have cashed $3.20 on a $2 wager. It's better than a kick in the head. You know, would have won $3.20. I won $2 because I only placed a $75, $1. I don't know how to do my math on that. 1 win bet on Sovereignty because I wanted to get cute. You know, every dad says, okay, cute. You want to run a reverse. You want to run a passing play on 2nd and 1. So there I am firing off trifectas and exactas. Magnitude at 8-5 doesn't even hit the board. I told you what horse was going to win, and somehow I still botch my wagers. Remember that.
Greedy.
I did. And I'm going to remind myself of this when it comes to football season. You can take the spread. That's fine. But if you like a team to win, don't forget about the money line. Just put a little bit on there. Walk away. It's a classic battle you and I have and my dad has about, do you want to win the most or lose the least? And that sounds like the same thing. It's not the same thing. Win the most and lose the least are 2 different things. And I need to remind myself of that this upcoming fall.
I made zero horse racing bets this year, but last night. So yesterday was my daughter's birthday. Happy birthday!
Oh, happy
Bells.
birthday! I got a text.
Happy
her.
birthday.
Yes, and They were out running the streets. They went and got sushi and all. They're like, we know I wasn't supposed to be home yet. So like, we know you don't like sushi, but if you want to come with us, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll sit home. But I had to wait
sushi.
up. I had to wait for them to get back. So I was like, let me watch this Padres game. I was like, you know what? I think Tatis is coming alive. Put $20 on him to hit a homer. Brought back 4-1, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
All right.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
I had
Go sports.
I had $20 in my account. I have $100 in my account.
All
now.
right.
All right, let's go.
That's what I know about betting. It's just I got lucky with a Fernando Tatis Jr. home run last night. That's it. Made my weekend. Well,
Cash it, baby.
yeah, it made my weekend because what would have made my weekend would have been a 60-59 final in the Arena Crown instead of 59-53. But
No Contreras home run.
no, yeah.
Sorry about that. We're gonna do that a little later, but
We can do all right. We're gonna do it later. We'll do it later. But yeah, no. So I don't the sovereignty legacy thing. Like, I think maybe it changed the legacy with people like me who are kind of like ancillary fans, where we watch horse racing when it's here or when it's one of the majors or whatever. But like, you know, our friend Kaylee, she's been talking about sovereignty from day one. You've been all over it. I think the people who really watch horses, that legacy was already set, regardless of what happened in the Whitney. But for the other fans, like people like me, now when we see that name, we're gonna be like, oh, we should put some money on that.
yeah, and I think some Saratoga horses can build their own legacies at Saratoga. It doesn't always have to be New York. I know there's a New York bias there. I love that there's like analysts, handicappers, fans that will love some horse at Saratoga that may have not been as successful in the Triple Crown run. But when you combine both, when you have success in the Triple Crown races and success at Saratoga, that should increase the popularity and the legacy. And I know that's going to already in August of 2026 sound like an outdated take 1 year from now when we do this, whatever is the Horse Racing Championship Series Classic, multiple race, maybe Maryland will be involved, invitational. So I'll hold that. I'm just so mad at myself for not betting more money on sovereignty. I will remember. Hopefully the Travers will be good as well. Travers obviously coming up in a
Who's
few
in
weeks.
the Travers? Do we know that?
Not announced yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if sovereignty will run. That's a lot of action on sovereignty. Boy, I would love. That would be awesome if they ran.
I just
no,
like to get
sovereignty
some
can't
action.
run. He's too old. He's too old. He can't run in it, I believe.
I just like to get some action. I don't worry about the rest of it.
Let's do baseball
Jeffy and
now.
the Twins been on bread and water. I'm just saying.
We'll go back to baseball. You mentioned Tatis cashing for
Go
you.
sports, everybody.
Bye, Nate. Good seeing you,
That's
buddy.
it. All right, that's it.
I'm going to switch my headphones. I think I like Nate's better.
What? You just don't know what you're doing. Oh my God. I hate you.
That break has been brought to you by Mohawk
It sounds
Honda.
exactly the same.
Does it sound exactly the
Yeah.
same? All right. It's Mohawk
It's the
Honda where they
same
always. Sorry,
headphones.
I'll switch it back then.
No, don't leave it now. I hate you. I hate you. So
If you need a break from your vehicle, stop
you
at a
so
Mohawk Honda. That's our 30-second break brought to you by our friends at Mohawk Honda. It's Mohawk Honda where they always go out of their way to please you.
You're the worst. You're really the
That's
worst.
how you do it. That's how you get your commercials in the podcast
Yeah,
world.
no,
you just do
but-
something clunky and
No,
people are
the
like, wow, what?
headphones were-
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget they're yours. I'm sorry. I thought they were. I actually had to tell somebody that story the other day. They're like, oh, how are you and Levack going to do a show? Don't you need like the headphones? I'm like, hey, spoiler alert.
We have
Spoiler
better
alert.
equipment now.
Levack has better equipment. And most of the equipment for our shows was the Levack's.
That's why whenever I was out of town, it always looked like it was out of like 1955.
I do love Cantera. Cantera at one point was like, should I do a Cantera impression?
Yeah.
I don't want to use Levack's headphones. I don't want to. And then he saw our headphones. He's like, "Where's your truck?" Shout out to Cantera. He's a good
They
man.
called me this morning.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they called me on
What are they
Friday.
up to?
Just being crazy, just as they are, as they do. I got the Dinger pool. I'm out, and I should have known better. I trusted a Red Sox,
Yeah, you did.
and that was my. I thought I was smarter than I was. I tried to be cute, and I paid for it. I paid for it by being out of the Dinger pool. So we're here live at Mohawk Honda, where they always go out of their way to please you, and I'm not getting that money now because Wilson Contreras couldn't hit a home run. So guess what? I'm betting him tonight. I'm betting for a home run tonight.
Just out of
Yeah.
spite.
Yeah. Well, no, just like I figure if he's ever going to give me one, it'll be one that doesn't really matter, you know. So now I'll just do that. But like every other, like you and Boston did know this. So as I was breaking it down, I think I said on the air I was between Wilson Contreras and Pete Crow Armstrong. He hit one. I was also looking at Ben Rice. He hit one. Abreu on the Red Sox I was looking at. He hit two, I think, over the week.
Oh.
So everybody else I said besides the guy I settled on went yard that would have made me all the monies.
Gosh.
Or at least got me that much closer to all the monies. What I don't like about your boy that runs the Dinger Pool is once you're out, he stops emailing you.
Yeah.
Like if you could just give me one more to let me know how many people like made it past me, like that would be fantastic.
He likes to rub it in and be like, ooh, you're not one of the winners.
But
Go off to the loser pile.
Wouldn't it rub it in more if he showed me who bested me so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to talk to your boy.
All right, we'll talk to Omen. He's a bad omen, that omen.
It's a bad omen.
The Red Sox did decide to lose a few games.
Yeah.
The Yankees kind of went back and forth over the weekend. Unfortunately for Yankee fans, usually you'd root for the Red Sox to fall off, which they did. It was a hot weekend for the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays have now won 6 in a row. The Rays have won 8 of their last 10. Aaron Judge is not back yet. Levack here closing in on mid-August. Is it already over? Is the AL East heading to Tampa?
It's not over, but Tampa is playing the most consistent baseball in the American League this year. So if they did win it, it wouldn't shock me. But Boston's just been so Boston's going to come back to the mean a little bit, right? I mean, they can't stay as hot as they've been, but even not as hot as they've been, they're still they go 500 the rest of the season, they'll be right there.
Yeah.
With the Yankees, it comes down to the health of the big fellas. You know, I mean, they said Giancarlo Stanton's getting reacquainted with the bases.
What is that?
I think it means when you've been off the field so long that you don't recognize, you couldn't pick a base out of a lineup. I think that's what it is.
The war?
Yeah.
Sounds like you went back to college. You were getting reacquainted with the sophomore class.
Right. What's up? How you doing? But yeah, and we don't know if Judge will come back. Bellinger is I guess looking pretty good. So you get a couple of those bats back, the Yankees will be right there. And the starting pitch has been phenomenal. I think it's good. All three of those probably go right down the wire.
I would like to say that it doesn't matter who wins the East. I've tried to make that a take, but I always backpedal at this point of the season because it absolutely matters because of the new restructured playoff format. At some point, I'll stop calling it new, but it is new to a lot of people because it was a 5-team postseason. Some people remember pre-wild card before Bob Costas wet himself going crazy about the wild card. And now we have the 16.
And then he gave himself pink eye.
Now we have the 16 postseason per league, which still for some makes it seem like it's too big. And even the opening round is the best of 3. And I guarantee you, because I have the last 2 years, it throws me off the opening round's a best of 3. Because all of a sudden it's back-to-back days, and sometimes they put that, we'll call it the AL expanded wild card at like noon. And by the time it's like Thursday at 2, you're like, what do you mean the season's over for so-and-so? They just starting on it? Well, yeah, so Tampa could win the AL East. I would probably say at this point because of injuries, it seems to be over, but it doesn't matter. New York and Boston are going to the postseason. I don't see anybody like lurking. If you're a Mariner fan, you probably think Seattle's got to get closer, and they've got enough talent to do it. Detroit has done a run like this before. Cleveland has done a run, so maybe, but now I'm just broad brushing these teams because all of them in the past made deep pushes. I'd love Baltimore to get back in it. Gosh, Baltimore could be a playoff team, and they're 2 games back in the wild card, but 14.5 back in the race. That's a real stat.
Were they waving the white flag with the Adley Rutschman deal? Was that we're kicking the can down to next year?
I thought they were. No one told them yet.
Right.
So
right.
they're still in contention. You know what ticked me off the most over the weekend involving baseball? The Dodgers.
It ticks me off every week.
The Dodgers, I know they bother so many other fan bases, Yankee fan in particular, Met fan. We could make a list of fan bases that really the Los Angeles Dodgers bother. This weekend was the weekend for me because they stunk this week. 7 losses in a row. 2 of their last 10 games they won. They've lost 8 of their last 10. And guess what? I'm getting all excited. I'm like, let's go. The Dodgers are starting to suck. This is great for baseball. They brought in all these players. They brought in Scooble. This is going to reset baseball. This team just bought everything. And then you remember they're up 7.5 in the division. This team lost a chunk of games that it didn't even go into their lead. By the way, in a super competitive West, Levack, the D-backs are good and so are the Padres.
Yeah. I mean, we just got to hope that they go on a losing streak, in the postseason. That's what we can hope.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. Flush them.
I can't stand them.
Can't either. And again, I don't begrudge people buying championships. I mean, my Yankees have done it. The Red Sox have done it. The Mets are trying to do it. The 1.1 billion in deferred money. That's what drives me nuts. I can't stop with the deferred money. No more deferred money. If pay it up front. If you really want to do it, give Shohei Ohtani his $70+ million a season. Not $2 million and then 68 later, like whatever, and then have at it. Spend your money however you want, but no more deferred money.
This is going to come off as a little dark here, and I know that's usually your brand of stuff, but
excuse me, how dare you?
But my sons were collecting these squishy baseball collectors. So like now, if you go to like I'll say a Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever, like they have these little collecting. So my son got Mike Trout, and one got Gunnar Henderson, and then another one got Tarek Skubal. You get them at random, and Baby Abe ripped off Tarek Skubal's head and then threw it in the tub.
I thought it was going to be Mike Trout. It would be more on brand for Mike Trout.
But it was Tarek Skubal. And then, like, the kids yesterday in tub time, they're like, Dad, look, we're ripping his hat off his head. And they're, like, putting him in the ground. I'm like, you hear that, Skubal? You no good Dodger bum. These little kids are ripping up your toy like they're animals. I know it's a little dark, but I didn't stop them, all right? Probably should have. That was a $10 toy, but nonetheless.
Yeah, you got to choose your battles.
That's right. There's a Tiger. It's outdated. That's all.
3 of almost 4 soon, right? 4
no, my
kids
wife
soon?
is not pregnant.
Oh,
She's
sure?
not,
All right.
not to my knowledge.
All right. Wait, so she hasn't got pregnant since she moved away from me? That's weird.
We move on to the Buffalo Bills Stadium.
Live at Mohawk Honda, where they always go out of their way to please you.
You and I can relate to this story for sure. The new Highmark Stadium has been built out in Western New York, and fans have been able to see the stadium. They had the opening there. They had the odd city uniforms going on for Buffalo.
Did you see the comparison to the Diet Pepsi can?
Yeah, that was awesome. Who said that? That was awesome. It was Dan. It was great.
I said it.
You said it? That was great, man. It was good.
Yeah.
It looks just like a Diet Pepsi. Someone wrote that on our comments. Was it someone else wrote that? Man, everyone's getting on the Pepsi thing. Nice job.
Good.
Anyways, people are complaining, though, about Highmark Stadium. It's gone viral over the weekend that a lot of the seats have obstructed view. Some of the seats that you can have in the new Highmark Stadium include seeing the balcony, parts of seats, parts of the railing. Levack, you are an executive in your past. You understand arenas and ticket sales and much more. We've both covered events, obviously, in arenas and been to games. Do you think Bills fans are just complaining? Do you think people just wanted to go viral? What do you make of the complaints about the new Highmark Stadium?
I think there's a chance that they're kind of exaggerating a little bit, but the shots are real. Like there's seats that are like there's a concrete embankment that doesn't allow you to see the far end zone. Like it looks real. If it's real and people didn't just angle their cameras to make it look like it was a bigger problem than it really is, then it sucks. And you got to do a better job when you're building the place, But we'll find out. Like there's always gonna be people who are angry and don't like what they've got. And it's funny. Like MVP Arena, there's really no bad seats for arena football. F&M Bank in Clarksville, there's no bad seats for football. But it looks like that there's 100% bad seats at the new Bills Stadium.
I really, truly wonder how much of this is the taxpayers looking at how much the Bills fans had to spend for that stadium. And they're like, if you are going to make us, as Bills fans, pay more than any other fan base in the history of the United States of America to build this stadium, we better get our money's worth, which is a fine take. I think it's a fair take. I'm marveled over the weekend at some of these photos. I'm like, there's like a ton. Those are all great examples of stadiums that don't have obstructed view, but there are a lot of stadiums across the country that have obstructed view. Now, maybe to your point, like, hey, if you're building a stadium, can we just not do that? Maybe some engineer who's far smarter than me can tell me it's not as easy as that sounds. If you want a stadium built like this, you have to do this.
No, it comes down to squeezing as many seats in as humanly possible.
There we go, right?
That's what it is.
I think it's 80,000, but we'll just say for the sake of this conversation, it's 80,000, okay? 80,000 seats are in this stadium. 20 have obstructed view. Do the quick percentage on that.
Let's say 700. You know what I mean? Because remember when with Jerry's World, that was a big thing. It was they sold seats that were directly behind concrete pillars, like directly behind. Like you were staring directly at a concrete pillar from your seat. People bought the damn seat.
800 views is 1% of that, and those other ones less than 1%. 99.9% of your stadium you can see everywhere. Like,
let's not pretend that the fans at Orchard Park are going to be sober enough to see the game anyway. You guys are going to be drunk off your ass by halftime. Probably first quarter.
Mafia.
Yeah. Drunk mafia.
I know for a fact at the Syracuse's GMA Wireless Dome, they would sell obstructed seats for basketball games, and people would, I know this sounds bizarre, they would want the seats because of the pricing.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, let's say, for instance, like at the GMA Wireless Dome for basketball, it's cut in half. So if you can't see like the far left corner of the court, they have to call it obstructed view, even though it's a pretty good seat. And like you said, if it's not sold out, you can't. You don't have to sit behind the pillar. You could just scooch over.
MSG,
I can't believe it, man.
Madison Square Garden has like family-friendly zones. I know a lot of places do, but years ago, my family was pretty big at the time. Most of them are dead or don't talk to me anymore.
Remember?
Yeah, oh, that's right. It is me. But I got my brother-in-law at the time, and he was a big Celtics fan. So I got him Knicks Celtics tickets because we all picked. Everybody got one person, so you could go a little bit bigger and get something nice. So I got him Knicks Celtics tickets. He liked his beer just like me, and so I put him in the family zone where he couldn't drink. He'd leave the zone to go drink.
Oh no!
They were great seats. It was still good. It's just he had to drive around, he had to move around to get his drinks. So that was
an inconvenience to his life. That's right.
Yeah, just hey, you're a Celtics fan. Bleep you.
People are gonna love that stadium. They're gonna love it. They're gonna go. They're gonna be fired up. That's right. Just these are not big issues. I know. Look, whoever decided to be the first one to post it on social, congratulations. You got 1 million views. You got what you wanted out of the post. There's a dude who I want to say it's obstructed view seat who just made this his whole profile. Like he would go to college campuses and sit behind the pillars and sit behind. I think it might be called like worst seat in America or something. And he made like a whole. Imagine you had that much money. Or just use that. Hey, I have to go to Akron, Ohio this week to watch an Akron Zip game to see where the worst seat is.
Ugh. What's that? Who's that? Is it Heupel? Who's the guy who gets all the foul balls and home runs?
Oh, that loser, that big dork.
That guy.
I
mean, just the amount of money.
Zach Hempel. That's
Zach
his
Hempel.
name.
There it is. How much money does he spend going to get these balls? Oh, God. They just get a handful of balls. That's what he does.
These are our people now, by the way. That's a YouTube content creator.
Well, that's your people. Is that your car?
No, that's not my car. Wait, hang on. Yeah, that actually might be my car.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it's going in the wrong
We're live
direction.
here at
Why is
Mohawk
it over
Honda.
there?
No, it's parking. He's
Beep,
parking
beep, 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 beep. It's supposed to get serviced. What's
Dude,
happening here? You know who I am?
something happened to my key fob on the flight. So all the buttons were depressed. I don't know if like the pressurization in the cabin or something did something to them. So when the Uber driver dropped me off my house at like 12:30 in the morning, my truck was just going bonkers. And I'm like, what the hell's happened? I had to take it apart and like fix it.
Oh gosh.
It was crazy. Yeah. Scarcho was like so happy to see me. She was yelling and screaming. Her lights are going. It was great. Actually, let's be honest. No one should go to the Bills game unless you're a Bills fan. Because the Bills fans, some of you I know, and I'm okay with you. That was the most aggressive place I've ever seen a game. I wore a Raiders jersey. People warned me the night before at the Seneca Falls Casino, don't go to the bathroom alone. I was like, I haven't had to have a buddy for the bathroom since 6th grade. Like, what are we doing here, And it was the whole way out. And that was a game, I've told this story before. The Raiders were smoking the Bills in the first half. And because I had won money at the casino the night before, I bought beers for all the people around me because I was like, hey, man, I'm just here to have fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hadn't been to, I think it was the first Raiders game I actually got to go to. And they're just like, everybody was like, all right, we'll take the beer or whatever. And thank God they were in plastic bottles. Because in the second half, I'm almost positive they drugged the Raiders. Because the Raiders that came out on the field were like dragging their feet, and then the Bills slaughtered them. Just absolutely slaughtered them in the second half. And they threw the bottles I bought them at me. The whole way out of the building, people were like, yeah. I'm like, good game. You want to fight? No. Why? No, it's a good game. That is the one thing. Like, I don't lose a lot, but when I do, I'm gracious in defeat. And I'm like, maybe 17 people tried to fight me on the way out of the building.
My gosh.
And never one-on-one either, you little scumbags. But, so don't go there anyway. The obstructed view is the drunk people. That's what it is. They
try to get in the building.
Yeah,
that's right. Start moving around.
Yeah, it's a dangerous place.
These are usually our comments from the world, but I know some people, we will remind them, we were not live today, but I think in the future we will try. It's our first one,
live
everybody.
Adjacent.
That's right, live adjacent.
Oh, we should have been live. We should have been.
That's all right.
We should have been.
We did it.
We should have been.
Leon wrote, I'm sure there will be. Are you guys going to be on location somewhere? Yep, Mohawk Honda. Lori, Mohawk Honda. That's right.
Working on Mohawk
Give us a break. It's the first one.
We
all
had a meeting today. We're going to be doing some Herbie's Burgers, especially the big place down on Lark Street with the bar. Well, oddly enough, they thought that would be a good location for us. I don't know why.
I liked it.
Great. No, it's going to be very cool. People are going to like that a lot. They're going to really enjoy it. And some others. And we might do a charity event coming up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where is that email, by the way?
I don't know. You were the one.
You can go back to my junk folder, actually. Check that real quick. That's all I have for today, Levack. We've ripped through today's show. Anything else I missed that you really wanted to talk about? That was our 5 big stories of the week. I know we talked a lot of AF1.
And that was I did tell so Andy Gelcher, who is part owner of the team, part owner of the league, the big dog at Mohawk Chevy, and now Cadillac dealership in New Jersey. The guy is just so much success, and he completely deserves it. Nobody works harder. Nobody's there for his family more. Nobody takes. Listen, I was asked a couple times who I was closer to between him and Mike Corda, and I'm like, well, one pays my mortgage, the other one pays my truck payment, and the truck payment's more than the mortgage, if we're being perfectly honest. So there's nobody. Those two guys. Nobody's ever done more for my family than those two guys. But Andy, I think it was partially because he knew we were all down because the Birds didn't complete the comeback. He let us fly home with him, and there was a point on the flight home where I looked at him and I went, private jet, top shelf booze. He had barbecue delivered for us. I think he was really making sure that we were okay. And I looked at him and I go, you are not motivating me to work towards championships. If this is what I get when we lose, I could get real comfortable losing. And he's like, I will throw you off this plane. he went Harrison Ford and what is it, Air Force One. Get off my plane.
You did get a little nervous. I know flying's not your favorite. Did I see a thunderstorm or something going on up there?
We flew they flew around this massive lightning storm. I probably should post it. I wasn't nervous. It's such a different experience. And I'll probably never get to do it again. But it was just, you're so comfortable. The takeoff is straight up in the air. Like Andy goes, anybody who's got something in front of them, put it behind them before we take off, because it's coming. But after that, when we landed, it was just like falling into bed. It was like I said, it was a unique and cool experience, and it's one of those ones where I know some people would be like, man, why is that happening for that? That dude's worked so hard in his life, and I love that he's getting those things. And he's probably one of the only people nice enough to share. I would have flown home alone. I would have been like, you stinky losers, enjoy commercial.
Check that.
Yeah.
We have shows for the rest of the week.
Are there any shows?
Release time right around 4:30, 5 o'clock every day. A little news for you. You're going to find this out. You will be returning to the Score 1260 on Saturday.
What?
You'll be part of the Game Day with Gaz first broadcast. You'll be my first guest on the show.
Is there a talent fee?
I got to get my paperwork sorted out first.
We can talk.
You get a talent fee today, though. That's good. You will be on the Score 1260.
Honda.
Where they always go on the road, please you. Saturday, so you and I will be back on the radio Saturday in Central New York at the Score 1260 for the Bills Game Day preview.
Okay.
Who would you? I feel bad. What are the names of the two young men you filled in for on Westwood One Sports?
Oh, Abdullah and Black.
Abdullah and Black. So you aren't making your Score 1260 debut. You filled in for Abdullah and Black before, so that'll be a cool. We teased that last week, so there's the payoff for the tease. We return Saturday for a quick 15-minute segment.
Didn't your boy say something about a Raiders fan and a Buccaneers fan doing a Bills pregame?
Yeah, Bill from Salve.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just a guest. They didn't offer me a job. They offered him one. So don't worry.
I have a very fun remember that conversation we had a month ago about a certain place and certain calls and stuff? We'll talk about that off the air. You had a prediction you made. I have a very funny story about that off the air. So we'll talk about that. But you and I will be back on radio Saturday. That'll be cool for the Central New York audience.
Well, but we're on
1260 a.m.
We're here every day, pretty much. So
that's right, Monday through Friday.
So happy to be here at Mohawk Honda. Love these guys. Happy birthday, Greg Johnson. It's good to see Nate.
You know what? That was Nate's best performance. There he is.
You just liked it because Nate walked away.
That's right. Okay.
You want to go?
You want to go? Come on.
My goal. Yeah, the guys were beat up about that. They were beat up.
That wasn't the play call, though. You know, he had to just improv on the spot. Nothing on DB on that play.
I just want to say how much there's certain guys that come through the market when they play for the Birds or whatever, and you hope that they like you as much as they talk to you and seem to like you. I met Dwayne Brown's entire family, and every one of them gave me a hug and were like, thank you for everything you do. Dwayne always tells us how you're the one who does this. And I'm like, I didn't know Dwayne knew I did that. You know what I mean? I saw Josh Zacker's family, and I'm like, and they're dying. I go, oh my God, I can actually do it. I'm like, there's a bunch of Zackers around me because every time white dudes walk in, I call them all Zacker. Like Colby Bird was Zacker until like a year ago. You know,
They do look so much alike.
well, it's, you know, us white folks. There was a point where they were calling me Zacker. His family was so sweet to me. Coach Gooch's family was so sweet to me. Like just all these people who have come through the market and everything, and their families took a time to come up and like thank me for what I do. And it's like, guys, your guys bleed for this. I just get stress ulcers. Like it was really cool. We had a great group of people, and I can't wait to see what Damon Ware builds for next year, because he's already at the drawing board. This is going to be like 24 into 25 all over again. He's going to tear it all down and build it all back up. So I'm getting excited. All right. Oh crap! This is ruined, man. We're live at Mohawk Honda,
Yes, we are.
and I'm running things.
You know what? Real quick. Rest in peace, Ben Hallenbeck. He was one of our old listeners. He passed away earlier this month. He used to follow our show. So R.I.P. to Ben and his family, man. He's been following us forever. I saw that news the other day. So
He might still be. I'll hit the freaking
hit the button. R.I.P. Ben.